What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome to Week 4 of the SFL. This week we are going up against Ayyy, coach of the Selangor Staraptors. And if you look at our team, we got a pretty offensive team, pretty scary team, but also a team that really can't take a lot of hits. But there's a lot of thought that went into it, of course. So if you haven't, please check out the team building video beforehand, give you a better understanding of what's going on in the match and why I make the moves I thought, and how I was planning on prepping for this team. But regardless, let's hop into it and see what Ayyy brought. He has mentioned that, and there's the typical Quagsire, he loves to bring Mew plus Quagsire and pass Amnesia's Spadef boosts. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes. Galvantula is scary, and so is Crocodile. I need to play really carefully with my Gengar and Crocodile. Now, I can just lead with my Infernape if I wanted to, and just go for Fire Punch. I think that would be fine, to be honest. It might bait in the Quagsire, but more importantly, it deals with the Galvantula pretty well. I do want to make sure I can get rid of those webs if he gets them up ASAP. So I do think Infernape is a good lead here. So let's go with that. He had mentioned that his internet is a little sketchy right now, so if we have to wait a little bit, it's not the end of the world. It could be a mixture of taking time to decide, but also just the internet connection. And as I say that, my opponent disconnects. So maybe I'll just get back to you when he finally connects. Alright, and we are back, and so we lead off with Infernape, and he leads off with Galvantula as expected. I am kind of curious. Actually, no, we don't want to go for close combat. We're just going to go right away for the Fire Punch and get some damage, bring it down to its Sash. If it is Sash, of course, I'm pretty sure our Fire Punch will KO. We are not Iron Fist, we are Blaze, so it's not like it's going to do as much as it would. But just in general, yeah, Fire Punch should do plenty. So let's just go for a Fire Punch and see what we can do. Yep, Sash, and then, of course, here come the webs. Okay, so the webs are a little less than ideal, of course, but not the end of the world. Pretty much, at this point, what do we want to do? I think we can Fire Punch again. If he goes into Quagsire, we can just go straight into Tapu Fini and get rid of the webs, which is really nice. So, yep, I'm just going to Fire Punch again. I think he knows I'm Scarf. Yeah. Perfect, so he goes into Quagsire. Burn would be nice, but, like, not the end of the world. He can just go for a Scald or an Earthquake. That's pretty much it. So I'm just going to go into Tapu Fini here. And we can defog away the hazards. Oh, and he's Curse. He's Curse. Yikes. That is admittedly scary. I was afraid of this. I guess, worst case scenario, I can sack my Gengar to get rid of it. Or I can just go straight into Komida. That's what I'm going to do. As he Earthquakes. He just straight up Earthquaked. Wow. I did not expect a straight up Earthquake. Wow. Props to him, I guess. Komida would have done pretty well this match, but he just went straight for it. Wow. I do not agree with that play because Earthquake would have done 30% max to Tapu Fini. I calced it beforehand, and that doesn't really beat it unless he anticipated me switching really just like a hard switch. And I mean, that's of course, that's hyper offense for you guys. Shadow Ball does quite a bit of damage, but Shadow Ball into something else like a, what's it called? Like a close combat, I don't think we'll KO it at this point. So I think I do need to just KO this with the Destiny Bond, which really kind of sucks, to be honest. Because then I don't really have a solid opportunity to get rid of... Actually, I can get rid of the webs another time. He's slowed because of his speed, so... Yeah, I'm just going to go into Gengar and sack it to get rid of this thing. Which, like, sucks, admittedly, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. He might anticipate the Grass-type move, and if he does, he might be scared out. Outside of that, I don't really have much else. He might go into Crocodile. If he's Scarf, my Destiny Bond will stay active for... If he's Scarf and wants to like try to KO me with Pursuit or something, my Destiny Bomb will be active. But no, he stays in, goes for the Earthquake, knocks me out. This thing's dead now too. So, cool. Now the question is, what does he go into? And what do I go into, rather? I think I'll go into Scizor. Because I can't be burnt by any of his mons. And I Bullet Punch Galvantula. I can Bug Bite the Mew. I can Bug Bite Latios, unless it's HP Fire, of course. I can Bug Bite the Crocodile. Yeah, I'm just going to go into Scizor here, as he goes into Crook. So we have our attack lowered, of course, which kind of sucks. But at this point, I think these things do get Fire Fang. I don't know if he's got Fire Fang, of course. I think we live one, probably. I don't know if he's Banded or not. He is Intimidate. Let's see how much a Banded Fire Fang would do. This is, of course, to Scizor, which is Mega Edition. And it would almost OHKO, which sucks. So I don't know if he has it or not. If he does, I think either way, Tapu Fini is like a solid switch in here. So I'm just going to go into Tapu Fini. He could Earthquake if he wanted to, but he does have the Fire Fang and he reveals it. And he's Life Orb. Okay, so it's good to know. So we do live one if necessary. Life Orb Earthquake will probably do a decent amount of damage to our Tapu Fini, if I had to guess. Let's see. Life Orb. Let's throw Earthquake on this. And I know he's not Scarf, which is good to know for the sake of potential Infernape sweep at the end. The question is, do I Surf here, or do I Moonblast, or do I Defog? I can, of course, get rid of... I can get rid of the webs with the Defog, but he could go hard into Galvantula, and that puts me in a pretty bad situation. So I am tempted to just Moonblast here. So yeah, that's what I'll do. He Earthquakes and does a solid 45%. We'll Moonblast and take this thing out. Now, of course, though, he can go into his Galvantula, which is a not so great situation anyways. So he was Sash. He can go for Thunder here. He can go for Bug Buzz here. He can go for Hidden Power Fire if he wants to play really aggressively. My natural switch into this is Scizor, but again, I don't want to mess around. I'm thinking. I'm not 100% sure what exactly I want to do here. If he's running HP Fire, that will do a lot to my Scizor. Like, a lot, I would imagine. Which is why this is scary. And if I stay in and he stays in and goes for HP Fire, that is not a very good situation. Okay, so that's Life Orb. So we would live a Hidden Power Fire from this. Yeah, I'm going to I think I'm gonna risk it and go into Scizor here. He just straight up goes for the Thunder. Man, that does so much damage. Okay, so what we can do here is we can Mega Evolve and we can BP here. And I think that's just our best play overall. So yeah, let's just BP. He can go into any of his other mons, really. They're not going to want to take this damage, I don't think. You can see that does a clean 53%. It might be a roll, so I do want to check. Oh, actually, if he's Mega Latios, which doesn't even really have a set, he could be Calm Mind, which is of course scary. That said, this is setting up for a Flare Blitz sweep from Infernape. I think the play, he could go for Thunderbolt here if he wanted to. I'm gonna go with Tapu Fini here. He could be running Thunderbolt, he could be running Calm Mind, both of which are really scary, but I don't really have much of a choice at the moment. Shadow Ball, and that does a decent amount of damage. No Spadef drop, which is pretty huge. He could be running Thunderbolt. I do want to keep saying that because he could be running Thunderbolt. If he's running Thunderbolt, he could go for it right here. If not, I think my biggest priority is getting rid of the webs. If he's Calm Mind, though, I don't have a lot to beat this. I just don't. And I still would outspeed most of his mons with Infernape. I don't know. I think I'm gonna Moonblast. Let's Moonblast. As he goes for another Shadow Ball. He gets the Speed F drop, so the next one will KO me. Moonblast KOs though, which is really nice. And at this point, Misty Terrain will be up for a few more turns. And Scizor is looking pretty strong. Okay, so now he goes into Mismagius, which is kind of surprising, to be honest. He could try to taunt me here. He could try to Will-O-Wisp. I'm not really sure exactly what he's going for. So then the question becomes, what's my best play? Let's see, how much does a Bullet Punch do to Mismagius? It does about half, but Hex doesn't do much at all either. So, I think... I think I want him to kill me here, and then I go into my Scizor. He could be running an HP Fire Mismagius though. If he's running HP Fire Mismagius, that's pretty bad. How much would my Infernape do? Infernape's Flare Blitz would do a lot. So I might just want to put it in range of that with something like a Moonblast. That is the question. That is the question. Okay, I think we Moonblast here. As he just goes for Shadow Ball. I don't know if he specs or what. If he is, that Shadow Ball is probably going to do a lot to my Scizor, which is scary. Do I go into... Do I go into Omastar and get off a heavy hit? This thing hits 339 speed, so Omastar at -1. At -1, and then after a Shell Smash would essentially be +1. Would not outspeed a max speed Mismagius. This is where I wish I had a little bit more of that speed investment. But here's the question. At Noah. This is hyper offense, man. This is hyper offense. A Surf would do a lot. A Surf would definitely do a lot. Does Weak Armor activate on non-physical hits? Let's see here. Because that could give me enough speed. When his user is hit by a physical type move. Ugh. Because that would be enough for me. I probably don't know what speed, max speed. Galvantula. Ugh, this is a sucky situation. Hopefully he's a bit more offensively invested, and then I can weaken this thing to put in Bullet Punch range. So let's go into Omastar here. We definitely live one hit, and we can go for a Surf. Yeah, let's weaken this thing with Surf. Oh, he just goes for Memento. This could be bad. Because the question is, what does he set up with now? Because he's definitely setting up with something. Interestingly enough, though, we could set up ourselves. Do we want to Shell Smash over and over? Alongside him? I have no idea what kind of a Mew this is. That's the scary part. I could go for Stealth Rock and ensure that the Galvantula is dead, but that doesn't really matter at this point. I think I want to Shell Smash because we'll outspeed at +1, I think. Let's see, 108.5 plus that. Oh, we actually might not if it's a max speed. Oops, there's the music. But let's see how much damage an Omastar could do to a relatively bulky Mew. Yeah, because Mew can run a bulkier set for sure. Even, oh, so that's not looking so good. Because Misty Terrain ends after this turn too, which means he could Will-O-Wisp us. So I'm going to Shell Smash here. He just Earth Powers. That's fine. That does let me know that he's probably... Oh, he's offensive. So he's running Life Orb. So hopefully we outspeed him. We actually might not, which means I might have just thrown the match, which is pretty sucky. Let's see how much damage we can get off with the Surf if we're able to outspeed this Mew. If we get enough damage off, we can put it in Bullet Punch range, and that would be fine, but we don't outspeed it. Ugh. That is really disappointing, because this Earth Power is going to KO our Infernape. Yeah, because he's max speed. He's max speed. So I think my only chance here is a like crit with my Scizor. Bullet Punch is not going to do enough. I have to hope that he doesn't have Flamethrower or something like that. Yeah, I might have... Actually, I mean, this is against a bulky Mew. What's like a Life Orb Mew? I don't know. If he's running like max speed, he can't be running like a lot of HP investment. Bullet Punch still probably wouldn't have done enough in combination with the neutral Surf anyways. So... yeah, I think I need to go off of him not having a life or like Flamethrower, but like he probably has Flamethrower. And with a Life Orb, even Earth Power would probably do enough to knock me out. Yeah, so I go into Scizor now. And this is my last effort. I need to... Would 2 BPs kill this? Maybe not. So I need to bank off of him not having Flamethrower. If he has Flamethrower, I lose. He has Flamethrower, so... GG to a Leaf. What do I think I could have done better? I think Scarf... What's it called? I think Scarf Circuitry would have helped out. Knowing whether or not he had... What's it called? An offensive... oh, and we live this? Oh, then I totally just threw the game. Oh, I threw the game. I thought we died. I totally threw the game. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired and out of it. We live that Earth Power, then Flare Blitz KOs this, and then BP just wins. So I just hardcore threw that game. Yeah, that was me playing poorly. I don't really know much else to say about it. The Komida getting destroyed early on. I don't know why he went for the Earthquake, but I don't know. I know a Leaf is one of the lower rated battlers in the league, and I guess maybe that makes it more difficult to predict to an extent what he's going to be doing at certain turns, but yeah, no, I just threw that game by not going for Scarf Infernape with Flare Blitz first. I didn't even calc that. Let's see if that was a roll. I don't know what his investment was, but in Earth Power, yeah, we probably, if he's got a lot of special attack investment, like, I don't know, if he's 252 max, it's a roll, and that's a better chance than him not having Flamethrower, so I definitely should have done the Flare Blitz. I should have Fire Punched. Who am I kidding? I should have Fire Punched. because I was planning on taking an Earth Power, and if I lived the Earth Power, I'd be in Blaze, and my Fire Punch would do extra and would KO it, and then I would be... Yeah, I totally threw that match. So, sorry to everyone watching. That was me playing poorly in the end game. The play would have been to live, or basically go for the roll on the Earth Power with my Infernape and go for Fire Punch, because then I live the hit afterwards and I force him to kill me. Or even Flare Blitz or Fire Punch, either one works. I had to go to Infernape ahead of time and risk that roll, and then I could have just swept with Bullet Punch. But I screwed that up, so sorry about that. Hopefully I play better in the next match, but until then, this is Movement Night Zero, and this mission is complete.